Welcome, everyone. This is Annalise Harris, Communications and Social Media Director for Great Education Colorado. Grateful for my colleague Cody O to be joining me in this monthly update that we have after our Advocates Network meeting. And you know what? It's 2022. We had to grace everyone with our presence. So
we've made it.
we are. Right. Yes. And so Great Education Colorado we've been doing these lives for a few months now, and grateful for everyone who has shown up, watched us, and also supported by attending our Advocates Network meetings and all the good things. We can't wait to hear from Cody with some updates and how we're kicking off our new year, 2022. All right, Cody. So what's new?
A lot. It's the beginning of 2022. And as always, it's January and the legislative session for 2022 kicked off and is underway. And already we're seeing education and education funding being one of the first issues that legislators are trying to tackle. And so one of the things that we talked about at our January Advocates Network meeting, which if you weren't able to attend and want to check that out, we did a deep dive into our legislative preview, some of the things that we're thinking about and looking at, but would love to just offer some thoughts here as we get underway, because folks are hearing a lot in the news and maybe in community about some of the ways that the legislature wants to move us forward in how we fund our schools. But when we look at the legislative session from a grade ed perspective, there are kind of two key questions that we look at in thinking about. One, first and foremost, what problem are we trying to solve? We know that there are lots of ways that our school funding system in Colorado can be improved, both to make it more adequate and more equitable. And so just trying to figure out, when we're talking about improvements to school funding, what problem are we trying to solve? And then when we figure that out, are we solving that problem with sustainable revenue? Dollars that our districts can count on year after year. And so this isn't about one-time spending, not about quick programs, but really about how are we building that infrastructure and really the resources that we need, because Colorado continues to fall behind other states and the national average. And at the beginning, with our most recent data, we know that we're 35th in the country behind when it comes to school funding, and that's $2,200 behind the national average. So we've got some work to do. But when we look at some of the things that the legislature is doing this year, and hopefully increases to special education funding, trying to improve how we define at risk in our school funding formula, and trying to eliminate the BS factor, that borrowing from students factor, where we've taken over $10 billion away from schools over the last decade, and moved it to other priorities. Like, those are problems that we definitely want to solve for. The challenge, though, is where is the sustainable revenue to not just do this year with this legislative session, but to make sure that these legislative wins last into the future. And so we've been talking a lot about a ballot measure that we're really excited to put in front of the voters, hopefully this fall, about, without raising taxes, being able to dedicate and unlock some money that would be so meaningful for education. And so we're really excited to be starting off the year with just a lot of opportunity in front of us. Ooh,
wow,
I gotta
we're
go off my soapbox for a sec.
No, I'm like frozen. No, I'm frozen like our outside tundra here in
Right.
Colorado on the ground.
Finally stopped out of my window. So.
Yes. Well, it sounds like, you know what, we have a lot going on, and actually for education, this is potentially really good news. It's definitely an opportunity to continue highlighting, hey, this is where Colorado is as far as the deficit in funding our schools, and you know, when you don't when a state doesn't prioritize its kids, hey, things go downhill from there, actually. So you know, you have to be able to attract folks coming in and educate their kids. You want families to stay, because you know that allows for growth in all industries. We know that. So
absolutely,
yeah, it's definitely you know, exciting for me. I'm more excited because I feel as though people are paying more attention, and I think we've talked about, you know, who to pay attention to as well. So grade is definitely one of those.
Absolutely. And we know that we have folks that follow us that are interested in taking action. We have advocates all across the state who want to see a more adequate and equitable school funding system so that all kids can graduate prepared to lead their best lives. And one of the most tangible ways, if you're listening in and if something I said just piqued your interest, you want to learn more, you want to take action, that's why every month on the second Tuesday of every month, we have our monthly Advocates Network meetings. It's 1 hour where we get together on Zoom. We start off getting to meet other advocates in small groups and do some breakouts and build that community, because together we are stronger. And so being able to always find folks who care about this issue just as much as you do. Then myself or folks on our team, or we've had guest speakers come, we share more information about a topic that's really relevant that you might be hearing about in the news, or that you might want to know more about when it comes to school funding, so that by the end of that meeting, you can take action, whether that's signing a petition, recruiting friends, making sure that we can get our presentations out into community so folks can learn more. There's always something that we can do to take action month to month. And so would love for folks to join us. And we have a new way of registering for those monthly meetings. And so if you go to our Advocates Network website, which is greateducation.org/advocates-network, we'll get that link dropped in the chat for you. Or if you just go to greateducation.org and look for Advocates Network under our resources, lots of ways to find it. But on that website, you'll find each month a sign-up form where you can sign up. You want to attend that month's meeting. Zoom will send you your link and you'll be good to go to join our meetings. And so really excited. We've had over 150 people attend those meetings. We average around 30 to 40 advocates per meeting. And so it's been a really fun, robust space for our advocates to get together and think about how we can collectively take action. So that'll be continuing strong. And if you want to be in the grassroots, first to know what's going on when it comes to school funding advocacy and how you can take action as a great ed advocate, please join us. We would love to have you come and attend.
Yeah, and I appreciate this new way to do it. It's just an opportunity for us to stay in touch with folks and streamline the process. And, we're still virtual, so we're going through those technology changes to benefit the users and our supporters. I'll share the screen real quick so everyone can see. Just had a little of a delay there. So here we have on our website, it is the Advocates Network page. You scroll down, it's February 8th. This coming month, February, I can't believe it. We're almost done with January.
We're so close.
It's like it just started and continues. And so from 4:30 to 5:30 Mountain Standard Time, you can join us. Easy registration. Honestly, it'll probably just pop up and autofill. You've been doing this for almost anything else you register for using different platforms for virtual conferencing. So definitely nothing new here, and definitely grateful for this opportunity to streamline that process. And it's easy. Just go greateducation.org, go to our Advocates Network page, drop down, and just register. And you'll just do that monthly, but you'll get a reminder once you're in our loop, and be able to catch up on our YouTube channel. So you can, if you missed it, we do post that as well by the following week. So you mentioned something, Cody. You said, conversations that happen during these Advocates Network meeting for information sharing, petition sharing, and we have a petition for the people, don't we? Would you care to share a little about where we're at on our petition and how people can get involved?
Absolutely. So one of the things that Great Ed is proud to advocate on is more honest and inclusive social studies standards, so that we really are creating the types of learning experiences that help to create critical thinkers in our students and really help us to come to just understanding where we've been and where we can go as a community and as a country. And right now, our state board of education, which is kind of the school board that exists at the state level, they have different decisions that they make than our local school boards. But one of the things that our state board of education does is review our academic standards from reading, writing, math, social studies, and underneath social studies, there's history, civics, and all kinds, media literacy, all kinds of great standards. Over the last couple of years, the legislature has passed a few bills to improve how we tell a more honest and inclusive history. And those social studies standards are up for review this year. Standards are kind of separated into 3 different groups, and they're reviewed on a 6-year basis. And so our social studies standards are up for review this year. And so if you want to join the over 1,000 people who have already signed this petition to show your support for these important changes, so that we can talk about the histories and narratives and social contributions of a more diverse group of Coloradans than we have in the past, you can sign this petition, and we'll make sure that we drop the link into the chat so that you can sign. And if you're one of our advocates who has already signed this petition, thank you so much. We would love for you to share this with as many folks as you can. You can text this link, you can email it, you can share it on your page. And so definitely want to encourage you, if you haven't shared that petition yet with folks, your friends, your family, your community, definitely sign and share the petition.
Thanks, Cody. Yeah, I'm dropping it in there. We're already over 1,000. Our goal is to get to 3,000, and there's some upcoming dates that will definitely be shared. We definitely want to highlight some of the folks who have signed already, from educators, parents, just folks who believe in public education. And so they're so grateful for those who have signed on already. And it's super easy to actually get involved in signing the petition. It's on our homepage, just a click link, and you can actually get there from our Great Education Advocates Network page by clicking here to sign the petition. And you should see Stand Up for Honest and Inclusive Education. You'll scroll down and see our main 4 values here. We believe, we want, and for all these reasons, you're at the right page. Okay. So help us get to 3,000 by next week, y'all. Come on. Share with your friends. It's so easy to do. And I will put that in the comments, just this easy petition. And it is for Colorado. And it's definitely something that is unique, and a great and unique opportunity for Coloradans, because we're often at the cutting edge of new legislation, but we can definitely be a shining light for the nation to understand the value in an honest education and inclusive education. And when it comes to social studies standards, that includes the perspective, history, culture, and social contributions of all groups, because collectively we make the United States. And it's imperative that students, families, and communities feel welcome, included, and represented. So that way we're uplifting each other. And a comprehensive history of our nation allows for critical thinking skills that we want to embolden our current students in standing in. Hey, yeah, I know my history, and I know we can do better. Or I know we can uphold the foundations and principles of the United States, but not at the cost of any particular group. And so we do actually support the current proposed changes and want you to check them out yourself, but also sign our petition. And you just keep scrolling a little bit. You can even add your own rationale as to why you're signing this petition. Let the CDE know, hey, I support this because, and just sign it. Super simple, super easy, but it's actually very necessary. We want to make sure that everyone is represented in what our kids are learning. And we know it's a hot topic, but you know what? We all need a little heat, especially right now. The snow needs to melt and stay warm. We're grateful for it, but we want to stay warm. So go over to our page, greateducation.org/petitions, and just sign it. Also share it. It's so easy to share as well. You can share our page or just on your Facebook, Twitter, social media, and just share what our values are. And also check out what the changes are. You should know. And not all changes, are going to be so glaring, but it's an opportunity for you to take action and get involved in public education in a way I feel like even as an educator, when we used to teach, Cody, I didn't even think of contacting the CDE and telling them, hey, I need to see this history in there. So I'm glad that we can see how our system works. We do need these different levels of engagement. You need feedback from community. You need legislators knowing that they have to push things as a priority as well. And to get things done, it's our system. That's what we believe in. And guess what? With systems, you can tweak them, you can edit, amend, and that's actually part of it, right? So this is you as part of the cycle. So it's nothing new. Actually, the timing changed is because legislation got involved and was like, put prioritizing, putting that post-it note on it. So anyway, I was really glad, and it's like we're part of history. It's be part of history, and the honest kind.
Absolutely. And what we are doing, we're trying to hit as many signatures as we can for this petition by February 7th. The State Board of Education meets in early February to talk about for their monthly meetings. And so we want to make sure that we can share this information with them, your comments or just your signature. And so definitely we want to share this far and wide up through February 7th, where we'll have an opportunity to then share the impact and share your voice. And so make your voice heard, sign that petition, and we will be carrying that forward on behalf of all of our advocates to the state board. So if you're wondering what happens after you sign, that's what happens. We're going to carry that forward and make sure that your voice is heard.
And that's so important. People need to know we're the organization going to help them. We have partners. We're part of coalitions. We're pushing this information, educating folks, and encouraging others to take leadership in this education space where we have this spotlight, right? We got the ring lights, but we got the spotlight on education. So with that, Cody, thank you so much for reminding us about the petition. Anything else in legislature that you feel is necessary to, get the people going?
Well, one of the things that I'll share as a preview for our February Advocates Network meeting is there are two different ways that we can put questions on the ballot. So when you go to vote on topics like whether or not we should increase school funding, which, spoiler alert, we should, that there are two pathways to get those ballot questions on the ballot. One is one of the traditional ways Great Ed has done by gathering signatures and community putting things on the ballot. But the legislature also has the process called the referral process, and they have the opportunity to refer questions to the ballot as well. And so at our February Advocates Network meeting on February 8th, we're going to talk about both of those strategies. What are the benefits and drawbacks of either? And talk about how we can get our idea qualified for the ballot about being able to prioritize education, unlock some of these Tabor surplus dollars so that we can spend meaningful, sustainable dollars on K-12. And so join us on February 8th from 4:30 to 5:30. We'll be on Zoom. Head to our Advocates Network page and register online, and we'll be really excited to see you join. And on that page is also some of the past recordings of meetings that we've done. So if you want to learn more about our ballot measure concept, if you want to learn more about what is the BS factor, the borrowing from students factor, what are Tabor surpluses, what did you just talk about, why are they artificial surpluses, right? All of that is available for you to watch on our Advocates Network page. So with that, I think that's all I had to say. We're off to the races at the beginning of 2022. Lots of opportunity in front of us. And so just thanks for tuning in. And I'm really excited to be here month to month. And I'll see y'all in February.
Well, stay warm, Cody, over there. And I will see you. I can't even, it's so close. Jeez. On February 8th and at 4:30. You know how to register now. Go to our Advocates Network page, scroll down, register, and get informed, be able to take action and share with folks. Bring a friend. Tell them, log on. It's easy. Just click it. But thanks again, Cody. Have a great rest of your day. And you know what? I will see you next time.
Bye.